what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
And what's up, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the God Show.
Welcome, 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 welcome. And before we get started, subscribe, like, download something. We just need you guys to interact. It don't cost nothing. Please press the button. It makes a huge difference for us here at the God Show. And we have a special guest, my boy. I don't know, so Chris, I don't even know if you want to be called a producer, a A&R executive, a manager. Like, he's like a jack of all trades. And the reason why I can give you that title is because he's had success in every world. And he's our guest host with me today, my bro, Street Symphony. Let's give it up for Street Symphony, everybody. Give it up for Street Symphony.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate
Let's
it.
get to it, man. Thanks for coming, brother. We appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
All right, so we're going to do the show a little bit different today. It's going to be like a mixture of interview and trending topics. So just a little bit different than what we typically do. But I do want to start off the show by talking about Rihanna. So Rihanna's finally back. She had a really big year this year. She had a baby, but as far as music go, we finally got music for her the first time in like forever, and she's actually nominated for a Golden Globe Award. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the difference in making music for movies and what type of doors that type of stuff would open.
Well, I just want to say shout out to Archie Davis, D-Lo, Ryan Coogler, Omar. I played a small role in getting that record to the finish line and getting that record done. And shout out to all the guys who played the big roles in it. But, you know, I threw a ball here and there and it got done. But I would say it just depends on how soundtracks create opportunities. You know, soundtracks is like if you have a huge movie you're attached to, it puts you, it allows the audience to all at once experience the song and what the song is for at the same exact time. Mm-hmm. So when you see, so for example, when Fast and Furious movie, when Paul Walker passed away, I remember, you know, he passed away before the movie was done filming. And I remember they were like, you know, this is going to be the movie for the end credits. We want it to be about friendship, da-da-da. It made the song, and it winds up breaking Charlie Puth, number one, and it gave Wiz Khalifa his biggest song of his career. So soundtracks, it doesn't really matter. Soundtracks matter if the music is big and the song is, and the moment everybody wants is that end credit or the opening credit.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. People do Shazam. You know?
Yeah. So as a producer and somebody who actually makes the music, do you make music differently if you're making it for a movie or some type of TV?
Absolutely. I've been doing a whole lot of stuff with BET and Tyler Perry Studios here as of late. I think we're on like 41 syncs within the last 6 months.
Congratulations.
A little television show called All the Queen's Men. So we've been kind of getting down on that. And, you know, it's been an opportunity for me just to grab a lot of independent artists that I rock with that haven't had a break or a look, and, you know, go in and create with them, you know, do a verse and a hook. And we've been landing them left and right. And like I said, people do Shazam. You know, you look on your Apple Music for artists, and you can see where people have been searching the songs and things like that. So, I mean, it's ways for them to generate revenue. And then it's always good because the shows get syndicated, so that's just publishing, just continuing the catalog going. So as a producer, you know, it may be a moment where you have a lot of activity going with placements or whatnot. You may have a little moment where you're chilling out. You just kind of shift. You know, you have to learn how to shift real fast in this game. So,
and it's always sync money in that situation is very low hanging fruit that if you sat down and focused, you can make a great career on, and it doesn't require. It's what music supervisor is looking for is way different what an artist or an A&R is looking for. An artist or like when you're dealing with music supervision, it's like I remember we did a song for Rice Krispie, and they was like, we just wanted to say treat or this word, and they kind of almost give you like the scene is about Tamara's crying and she's mad her man left, and you just got to make a song about wishing he would come home or wishing he don't come home. They don't even, as long as the lyrics and the emotion of the track fits there, they're like done and the check is cut.
Absolutely. Simple too. You know, things you may do on the producer side, especially in hip hop where you're trying to do triplets here and do the most over here and this switch and change and all that. It's like, no, it's for TV. You know what I mean? So you have, specifically in this show coming on BET, you got 40-year-old, 50-year-old people watching. They just want, hey, let's keep it real simple. Let's just keep it simple to the subject like he's saying. And That's what I found myself doing. So we'll dumb it down for that real quick.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. And if you're a producer, get in that game. Period.
Yeah, you should.
So now I got a question. Like, what is your favorite like sound? What is it? Yeah, it's called soundtrack to a movie of all time.
Was it Above the Rim?
I swear I was gonna say Above the Rim.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm such a girl. I was gonna say Wait in the Exhale.
No, but Wait in the Exhale was my second one.
That's banging too now. They had some hits on it.
Wait in the Exhale was my second one.
Yeah.
But Above the Rim was the first one because it was like East Coast, New York, Tupac. It was street. And what was you thinking about us? We both said Wait in the Exhale.
Man, you know what it is.
You'd be like, what?
But I think everything on Wait in the Exhale, all the songs on there was like hits and
that's what I'm saying.
basketball.
But Above the Rim was that too. Above the Rim had some shit.
Above the Rim was hard.
Menace to Society.
The Menace to Society was crazy too.
What?
They had the Fallen record from Montel Jordan. Was that on Menace to Society?
Yeah, I think so. And I think I do know Top of the World was on there. MCA, straight up Menace.
Yeah.
Soundtracks is an amazing opportunity to break for artists out there. Low hanging fruit, go after it.
Yeah, speaking of Rihanna and awards and things like that, both you guys have had some type of success with Grammy and nominations. What was the first project that you worked on that you got a Grammy nomination for, and how did that come about?
My first project was with an artist by the name of Lecrae. He was a Christian hip hop. Well, is a Christian hip hop artist. Absolutely.
Wait, hold on. You have to break that down for us. What exactly is a Christian hip hop artist?
Yeah, I had to learn and figure that out myself too. But basically, it's a hip hop artist
that don't curse.
That don't curse. and
I see some God in there.
Definitely God. Jesus Christ is,
But it doesn't have to be prevalent.
Well, the thing about
Lecrae, I'm just saying, maybe Lecrae does, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be prevalent to be a gospel song.
Okay.
God doesn't have to be prevalent. I mean,
I give you an example.
That's
a whole nother story.
I give you an example.
Go ahead.
Alicia Myers, I want to thank you. Mm-hmm. That's a gospel song.
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly Father.
And then she never says nothing about God again. Right. She just says, for shining your light on me. And then she's really thanking God for her man.
Well, Lecrae had a song called All I Need Is You. And I would say that one of the things that was special about the songs, when you listen to it, you think he's specifically talking about his wife. But All I Need Is You, speaking about, double entendres.
Yeah, for sure.
I always thought music soul child love. I didn't think he was saying love. I thought he was saying Lord. I thought that was a gospel.
Oh, wow. Yes,
song
I didn't think that.
Growing up. So I could see what you mean. Like, it could be gospel. But anyway, back to the Grammy nomination. So you were working with a Christian hip-hop artist. What kind of project was it? Was it your first time working with them? How'd it go?
I joined his label as VP of A&R, label by the name of Reach Records. I think that was in 2011, 2012. Did a mixtape with him, brought in my boy Don Cannon. Got some other good looks. And then
you said you signed to his label?
Oh, you worked there.
I was working at his label.
Oh, okay. I was like,
oh, no.
You weren't scared to sign to a Christian label, but okay.
Nah, I was there to turn the Christian label up.
Mm-hmm. You did that?
Yeah, no, we sold a lot of records independently. I think when I released his first week, 82,000 copies independent. I remember looking at the white sheet and we spent like $50,000, so it definitely was profitable. Mm-hmm. But Lecrae definitely, did his thing. 2012, we won a Grammy. Then we came back in 2017, won another one. And for me, it was kind of like, all right, I've done all I can do here. We're not really going to radio. We're not really, it just kind of
going to radio is very important for songwriters and producers.
Yeah.
What does that change? How does that change?
I put it like this. If Street Symphony produces a song that goes 5 times platinum and he owns 50% of that song, he still would make more money if he had produced that same song, it didn't get no streams, and it went number 1 on urban radio.
Facts.
He'll make more money.
I might even confuse myself on that one.
Radio is how songwriters and producers make money. Radio is how you make your money. Radio and syncs is how you make money. It's not streaming. Is not how you make money as a writer producer.
Publishing,
no, it's not. You know how much money you make from a platinum song? Publishing, the entire publishing catalog, like the song, the entire composition, if you go platinum and you say if you wrote and produced the entire song, you made $90,000. Mm-hmm. That means if he produced a platinum song and he got 50%, he only brought in 45,000, and then you got to know, is he in a pub deal? Is he in a pub deal? Is he, you know what I'm saying? If you are, that makes a big difference. That's going to chop it half. If you're in a co-pub deal, that means 22.5 went to you. Plus, don't forget, they have their fees on top of the half that they take. So yeah, so you walking away with like
giving you advance because now you ain't.
I remember talking to a producer that signed him. He was like, man, I wrote 2 gold records, and I was like, bro, how much you at percent? $10, $10%? I'm like, on 2 gold records, bro, you made literally $9,000 on 2 gold records, $9,000 from streaming. Think about that. Now, the plaque alone is going, unless you cool the artist, the plaque alone is going to cost about $300 or $400. Let's say
you're going to buy your plaque.
Let's say if you pay the manager 20%, 20% is, so that means now you made $9,000, your manager just got $1,800, so now you stuck with $7,200. You buy 2 plaques, you down to $6,000 and some change for 2 gold records. Thinking that you winning the whole time, you don't even know how the money goes. But that's why I always tell my people, I don't even work on projects if a radio is not in the plan, number 1. And number 2, if radio is not in the plan, then I need an upfront fee automatically. That's the only way I work.
I like that. So what happens if more than one person creates the beat? How do you kind of split up that pay, or what does that look like?
I mean, for me, we're going to split up the pay. I mean, we cooking the record together and we're in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's co-production. Now, here as of late, there's been this whole movement of people sending loops, especially a lot of kids from overseas and stuff. And my thing with these loops is like...
How you feel about loops? I got to get in this loop. This is crazy.
Man, it's great. Like, I can't be taking loops from everybody. I'll say that. And then I got to have a conversation with you in regards to finance and the finances beforehand. Because this may be your first loop pack you sent out, and you think you're finna get 50-50 with me.
Well, you got a timeout.
What loop is. Right. So they're guys, and most of those guys are like probably overseas.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, most of these guys are overseas who literally make piano and guitar loops. Like, and they'll send the loop out to every producer, and he'll incorporate that loop in the song. I'll give you an example of a song that has a loop in it.
Is loop like a bar?
No.
It can
like
be
a
the whole
musical
music
bar.
that you hear.
No. What's Jack Harlow was popping? How the beat go? Yeah, that beat.
Okay, I know what you. Okay.
Okay, so that I'm gonna actually play it. I'm gonna actually play it.
It's a lot of loops.
But I'm saying
So
I know that song in particular.
Like a 3 second.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it could be like an 8-bar composition.
Like if I was reading music.
But you can take it.
Got it.
Dun 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 dun. That's a loop.
That's a loop. So somebody made that loop, sent it to the original producer of the song, or sent it to the producer, or probably sent it to 100 producers. One producer used it, and now that looper is gonna. They used to not get fees up front. They just got publishing.
But now they're asking for half,
fees and half
of the fee.
Yeah.
And I didn't use loops until, for me, it was when I started going to some of these BMI and ASCAP awards. And I started looking up and I started seeing names for the producers and people that was winning the awards. And I'm like, well, who is these other people? Then you start looking them names up and it was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I mean, man, the producer game is fucked up. Yeah. Like literally, you can be a superstar. I could be your friend. I don't produce though. I'm your friend. You're a superstar. And Street Symphony wants to get on your album. He can't hide if he don't know you or know your A&R or know your manager. And another thing, what if the A&R and the manager might not necessarily care? They just want you to make records that you like. They don't even care. But let's say they do. He got to go to them to get in the room. Some A&Rs really be out here like, hey, I'll put you in the room, but I need 10%. So now he's giving up 10% of his record. Yeah, man, it's hard. But let's get back to me. I'm your friend. I'm just your friend. And I'm like, yo, Street Symphony, I get it to Tamir, but we produced it together. So now he can't get in the room. So because I'm in the room, he sent it to me, and now we produce your record. And all I did was give it to you.
Oh, no, that's not fair.
All day.
No, that happens every day.
But if I create a loop and I send it to you, but y'all make 2 complete different beats.
But say I do one and it land on somebody else. I land on Drake out.
Whoever lands, that's who gets it. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. But that's why I don't understand the point of loopers. If I was a producer, I'd just hire my own looper. I just sign one. Because it doesn't make sense to me because they're giving it to everybody. It's the game. Like it's hard, man. It's an ugly game. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nasty game.
And most of them want co-production.
Yeah.
and they want co-publishing.
Yep.
So my point is, you got a superstar producer that's running around right now getting 50, 60,000 a track. He takes a loop from a kid who never done anything. He thinks he deserves 50% for his first placement.
It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up.
Not happening.
All right, so moving forward, I want to go into Cardi B. She recently just had more music. Well, she has some music leak. This has been a trending topic recently in the music industry with artists getting their music leaked. Who do you think, as a producer, how can they protect themselves, and who do you think is responsible for these leaks?
Producers can't. Hold on. First of all,
Well, I'm talking about the artists. How can they protect themselves
First of
from their
all,
music getting leaked?
artists is something else I want to address. I want to ask how you feel. You work with a new artist or artist. You work with an artist. You give them a beat. They write to your beat. You ain't got none of the business handle, but they play it on IG and TikTok.
I done had a major label artist or two do that, and I still got my check.
Oh no, I'm saying, but like, how do you feel?
We got a problem.
Yeah,
You out here promoting yourself off of my music.
song that you ain't even
we
handle the business
We ain't got
on.
no business together.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
it's fucked up. It's a
That's
nasty
what
game.
that's what stops a lot of times producers from working with new artists, because you don't really understand how to move. You can't be out here just promoting yourself with somebody's music that you haven't even handled no business, not even ask permission.
They don't even ask permission. They'll make a song with you in the studio,
Disrespect.
and then tomorrow they'll be in the room in their apartment playing the record.
Man.
And now that once they play it, they pissed on it.
Hey, I done had an artist say, "Hey, the video come out tomorrow." When'd you shoot a video? What you mean?
Been working on this for a while now.
It's a nasty game, man.
He
It's a
said
nasty
nothing.
game to get paid as a producer.
Yeah, it's ugly.
And if it's nasty for producers, songwriters might as well just be fucking
I really hate it for songwriters right now.
Terrible.
Because songwriters really have a lot of the juice right now. And a lot of times some of these producers aren't even in the room. And the songwriters really sometimes are producing the records, vocal producing the records, etc. And it's important as a producer to have a stable of dope songwriters. And I think more producers really should start kicking songwriters' advances. I know all songwriters that have worked with me.
say that again.
All songwriters that have worked with me,
You're gonna have to. But to be honest with you, if you do
On my
that,
own.
but if you do that, bruh, a producer is not as valuable as a songwriter. It's the truth. No disrespect.
no, right now, that's fair.
No, I'm saying, period. Let's go through history.
Historically.
Let's go through historically. First of all, do you know why producers get paid and songwriters don't?
Well, if you really look at it, if you break it back down, it's like more so the Nashville way. Producers should not be getting published. And
That's one. But
Yeah.
that Nashville just kept going.
yeah,
Producers,
urban music took it elsewhere.
Quincy Jones did not get publishing on those Michael Jackson songs. He just got. That's why producers get an advance in points, and the songwriter owns the publishing. So if I'm the songwriter, the way it's supposed to go, I write the song. You're the artist. You love the song. You're like, I want it. Now we're like, who should we get to produce it? Jeremiah? Oh, okay, but Jeremiah is more urban contemporary. We need somebody who's more hip. Let's get Street Symphony. How much he charge? $50,000. We hire him to produce it. We give him 3 points against that advance, and I maintain all of the publishing.
Yeah, you gotta understand. Traditionally, songs were written. It may just
Songs were
been
written
a
on piano
songwriter,
or
a
guitar,
piano,
yeah.
guitar, and lyrics.
So
And then
all
they
of-
took it to the producer.
And
to
not only
produce
that,
out.
let's also factor in that a lot of Luther Vandross songs were country hits first. That because a song you can like, I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton, I Always Love You by Whitney Houston, was both hits, just had two different producers. Dolly Parton maintained 100% on both records.
So, all right. So I want to go a little bit back. There's a debate on the internet right now about who has the best female verse of the year, because we were already talking about Cardi. They're saying that Cardi has the best verse. Now, me and Street Symphony were talking about this a little bit before you got in the room. We cheated a little bit. And one of the topics that came up was, can she really have best verse, female verse of the year?
And she didn't write it?
Yeah.
Yes, she can. You said no?
No, I didn't say that.
He didn't really answer.
Yeah, yes, she
it was a
can.
question that came up
Let me
in
tell you
that
something.
argument.
Let me tell you something. I can give 10 people the same recipe. Everybody gonna make a different meal. Everybody meal gonna taste differently. I don't give a fuck if Cardi writes it or not. Does she make you believe it? That's the question.
She out here performing,
What?
kissing the babies,
What?
doing the dance.
Come on, man.
She's doing the work.
When Puff saying, what you want to do? Want to be baller? Like, you believe that? Yes.
That's why a lot of times right now, something that's bothering me real bad right now is everybody talking about these hit records. And it's like, oh, I need a hit. And it's like, but a hit record for one artist, it's not a hit record for another artist.
I always say we trying to find your hit.
Your hit.
What does your hit sound like? What does your hit feel like? What does your hit say? Not give me a hit record, bro. Only person I know that gets a hit record, it was people like Flo Rida. But he wasn't, by the way, Flo Rida has probably sold more records, singles, than any rapper in rap history. I'm just guessing, but I'm like, bro, this man probably has like 3 diamond singles himself. But what do you know about him?
He's from Miami or something.
That's what I'm saying, but that's all you know, because his name is Florida. He just named it Flo Rida.
That's all you know.
He's from, about what I'm saying, but like, you just give him a hit. I don't think he sung none of his hooks. It didn't matter. He was still.
How does that happen?
And Freeze, his manager, and E-Class, his label, are happy and rich as fuck, and never had a problem with it.
But how does that even end up happening? Why wouldn't I give that hit to somebody else if I didn't know Flo Rida?
Because Flo Rida was probably the person in the room saying, "I'll sing it."
Man, that part.
I wish people knew. Do you know why Rihanna became Rihanna? Let me tell you what happened. Rihanna was signed to Def Jam. Rihanna was the Caribbean girl. Christina Milian was signed to Def Jam too. But Christina Milian, a lot of the records, especially SOS, that was the record that Rihanna put out on her second album that went platinum. That was Christina Milian's song. Christina didn't want to sing it. She was like, I'm black. I'm not singing that. That's not black enough for me. And then I'll sing it. And then Rihanna now is where she is. And Christina Milian is where she is as an artist. She's probably very successful as an actress, but as an artist, that's why Rihanna's the first female billionaire, self-made black billionaire, because she understood the fucking assignment. Unlike some artists who's like, that ain't me. How do you know?
Listen.
Or the artists that don't want to take records from other people.
Why wouldn't they want to take records? What do you mean?
I see it all the time.
Like they only want to work with their producer. They only want to
Or
work
they
with
only
their
want to write
songwriters.
their own stuff.
Yeah.
So is that ego coming into play?
I don't know what it is, but it's dumb.
Things is different.
It's
What's
dumb.
so funny is before social media, that just seems like everybody was taking records all the time. And maybe that got something to do with it. Maybe now songwriters is I don't know, the songwriter used to kind of play the cut. I think right now sometimes songwriters kind of want to be the artist.
Well, I think rightfully so. They want to be seen because the producer is always seen.
That is true.
And let's be clear, I have some hits that I've done with a super producer who wasn't in the room, who really didn't make the beat, just being honest. Yeah. He was smart, by the way. I'm not mad at that. He really didn't make the beat, and he got all the credit. Wasn't in the room for none of it, and got all the credit. And as a songwriter, you're like, damn, I wrote the song. I recorded it myself. I did it. I add the ad-libs, and then here you come because they don't want to, artist doesn't want to say, I wrote it. Now you get all the credit. That happens all the time to songwriters. I can name a couple times it happened to us.
But what would be the benefit of not wanting to say you wrote something? Are they?
Because the first question you asked, who you just asked a few minutes ago, can it be verse of the year if you didn't write it?
Oh.
That's why they don't want to tell who wrote it.
Oh, boy. Drake doesn't have a problem doing that. He'll take it.
No, he
matter
didn't. Yes, he did have a problem. Yes, the fuck he
whole
did.
Quentin Miller
I heard
situation.
Quentin Miller got
that
beat
did
up.
turn into a
I
thing.
already got beat up because of that shit.
Yeah, I thought he was blackballed. I thought that was a big
He
thing.
kind of is.
Yeah.
And he imagine that
He
because
was fighting for his life.
he didn't want you to know that he
No.
wrote something. Like, bro, like songwriters get the worst part of the stick in this business, bro. Period.
Oh, that's sad. So moving forward, Will Smith says that he understands if people aren't ready to watch his new film. I don't want to necessarily talk about Will Smith, but I want to talk about forgiveness. When do you think that your fans kind of forgive and forget or move on, or is there a time frame, or how does that process go?
I have a question. Do you know Will Smith?
I don't know him personally.
I don't either. Why the fuck would he care if I forgave him or not? I don't even know him.
Well, because he wants you to come
No,
watch his movie.
I watch his movie, period. It's people, just because I don't like you don't mean I'm not going to watch your movie. Just because I don't like something you did. Bruh, we got to get past this Just because you have a Twitter account doesn't mean someone owes you an apology when you're offended.
Yeah, but I think it's different for black men. Black men can't go and do something that the public doesn't agree with
that's
and
not-
expect people to watch their movie.
Honestly, I personally think that black people have already forgiven Will Smith.
I'm about to say, to me, that feels more like
We don't
that feels
we
more
don't
like
really
other. I don't feel like black people. Like black people, we get over shit quick.
Yeah.
We ain't got no goddamn choice.
Yeah.
I don't think we were that mad at Will.
You don't hear nobody call a black woman Karen being mad about something that has nothing to do with nothing. You're standing too close to me. You know, black women are like,
but the question was about forgiveness. So
yeah, but my point is that you, in order to feel like you're owed an apology, you have to feel like someone offended you. I can't think of the last time someone offended me. I don't know you. How can you offend me?
You different, Ray.
No. But what I'm saying is, here's the thing, though. I think more people should feel like that. Why are you mad at something this person did? The only person he owes an apology to that has to forgive him is Chris fucking Rock. Yeah. The Oscars are like, yo, we cool. You ain't can't come for 10 years. They still might see me in public, give him a hug. How you doing? How's the kids? You just got to deal with your penalty, which is you interrupted our show. You put some dirt on our show. Here's 10 years. But the only person that Will Smith needs to ask for an apology is Chris fucking Rock. The rest of you people on Twitter that think he owes you an apology because you were stunned, get the fuck over yourself. Mm-hmm. Get the fuck over yourself, bro. If you did not say nothing about me or my family, I cannot be offended. I'm from College Park, I love it there. But if you said, man, them College Park people, country and stupid as fuck, I wouldn't be like, you owe us an apology. That's how you feel. Right. I don't give a fuck. I'm not stupid and I'm not country and I'm from College Park. So that means only way I would get offended by something you did is if I feel like it penetrated my heart. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna let you penetrate my heart. Who are you? I don't even know you. You know how many people I argue with in comments on Instagram and they be like, you're a fucking loser. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, my house says differently. My bank account says differently, yet you're private, 300 followers, following 8,000 people, no face on your shit, and you're telling me I'm a loser. You're the fucking loser arguing with me because I had something to say. I've never seen a comment in my life on Instagram, Twitter, or anything that I said, oh, hell no, I got to respond to this. I got to call him a name. I never thought about that because I'm happy with my life. The only people that are out here offended are people who are unhappy with their life. And that's the truth. And they need you to feel indebted to them to make them feel good about themselves. Fuck, I wish the fuck Will Smith would apologize again.
Yeah, we don't need.
Maybe the kids. That's the only difference. If kids are your biggest fan base and you did something that goes against that, you should absolutely apologize.
I agree. That's a good way to look at it. So speaking of kids, one thing that people might not know about Street Symphony is that he is a teacher. So so you teach urban music and hip hop songwriting classes, right? Tell us a little bit about that. And what is the number one thing that you like to teach your students about songwriting?
Well, yes, I'm a professor, adjunct professor at MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University. Shout out to Tay Keith. He went to MT as well. We've been putting on for that university. But, they hit me up about 4 years ago and was like, we're just basically trying to get, more urban kids into the program. And they wanted to just expand because, Nashville is typically known as a country music town, country music city. Well, it's still gospel and it's pop there as well. But they hit me up and it was like, you'd be the perfect person. So I thought about it. I said, we can make this work. I'm in Atlanta. I'm not leaving Atlanta, but we were able to figure it out online. And I've been doing that for 4 years. So it's been real rewarding. I've had a couple of my students go on to get record deals and everything and kind of just do some, additional development. But the biggest thing I teach them is just not more so the how to write a song, but how to move in the music business, how to pitch your music correctly.
Very important.
How to network. You know what I mean? Because think about it, 2022, 2023, some of these songs that end up being hits, viral or whatever, aren't necessarily great songs. They may just be catchy or have a good video that's attached to them for the moment. So, my opinion on a great song, it may differ, but how you hustle and move around this business, I've done a very, very, very well job. So I feel like that's my strongest point, just how to operate and move.
If you were Professor Ray, what would you teach your students?
I'm going to get him on there next semester. He don't even know.
I'm down. First of all, remove the ego and don't take nothing personal. Everything is not about you. I like to tell artists, I'm like, let me ask you a question. I just met this guy. He's standing outside my office. He wants to play you his album. Do you want to hear it? What do our artists always say? No. So why the fuck does anybody want to hear yours? So when someone doesn't want to hear your music, don't take it personal because you just admitted you don't want to hear no one else's music. Like, my thing, if you want to be in this shit, get over yourself. You have to get over yourself. You're going to be laughed at. When I started this podcast, I know it's people in the music business like, ha ha, what is he doing? Ha ha. But now people watching. I knew they was going. I had to expect that. I'm doing something different. Of course, you can't decide to go on the stage and think the world is gonna love you, bro. Everybody who was great had to work through shit. So if you can't get over yourself and work through shit, it don't matter. Artists be getting pissed off about little shit. Dog, nobody cares.
The wrong shit.
Nobody cares. No one cares, because guess what? You don't care. Get over it.
Okay, so you're from Memphis, but you say you were raised in Nashville, right? How does that combination of musical influences kind of affect what type of music you make?
I mean, it's Tennessee as a whole, Memphis, home of blues, Nashville, country music, etc. So my whole life, it's just been when I was living in Memphis, we went to Beale Street, and you had all that going on, or living in Nashville, flipping through the TV, and it's something honky tonk on, and different things like that, or Music Row. So it's just always just been, music influenced cities in my life, and then moving to Atlanta, of course, with hip hop. So it's just always just been music around me 24/7.
I like that. So, what do you think is currently wrong with songwriting, and what is the future of songwriting?
Man, technology is just really changing stuff a whole lot. I think the effort, people aren't putting as much effort into things. I think in the past, when you used to really write hit records or great songs, it's really a process. I think we may be doing a little bit too much freestyling and trying to go off the moment, opposed to really trying to stand on subject with some songs. Sometimes you can listen to a song and if you really just listen, like, yo, we started off talking about this, and how do we end up over there? And it's like, what happened here with the song? And I think that happens when you in there line after line just freestyling. Now some people are amazing at doing it, so but it's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
I never asked you that question, so I'm interested in hearing.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, Lord.
Just curious.
I never had the answer.
I like the mirror effect. Give me an artist you like. I'm gonna make it really easy on you. Give me an artist you like. Just name one.
She's dead.
I don't care. That's
Oh,
fine.
Whitney Houston.
Okay, give me a Whitney Houston song you like. Just give me one.
I want to dance with somebody.
Okay, cool. Do you care who wrote that?
No, I have no clue.
You heard it as a fan and you liked it, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's what I mean by get over yourself. So a lot of the time, songwriters, producers, or artists rather, they want to impress you. They want to do this. They want you to feel like, look at me. Like I always say, impress me first, then tell me the story. Wear a shirt that I like, and then let me be impressed. Like, damn, where you get that shirt from? Oh, I made it. Oh, wow. Can you make me one?
Yeah.
Don't just walk in the room and be like, hey, guys, look, I'm wearing the shirt I made. I might not like the damn shirt. Yeah. Now you pissed off because we don't like it. Bro, impress me first, then then give me the detail. That's how you win. So no one cares who wrote a song unless they actually like the song. No one cares if you actually wrote the lyrics unless they like the song. Period. It doesn't matter to us. Who cares?
Not me.
Only people care are the people that want to feel good about themselves. Look at me. Look how good I'm doing. Bro, help is great. My life became better when I knew I could lean on people.
Would you say it's too many producers, though? Sometimes I turn around and feel like everybody.
Nah, I think it's too many artists. I think it's too many of the same artists. Yeah. I think if you got a million pieces of rice on the table, and you look at white rice, you're looking for that one brown, it might be really hard to find that goddamn brown piece of rice. Like, damn. So I think there are too many of the same artists saying the same shit, doing the same shit. To me, that's probably the biggest problem. I think we need more producers, real producers who can actually help artists help bring the best out of artists and writers.
I think we forgot all the definitions. Composer, producer, songwriter, artist. There's definitions of all of those things, and sometimes we just kind of combine them all in one. Oh, you make beats, so now you're a producer. Are you? That's a tricky situation.
Where do you draw that line at?
It's been a real tricky situation for me. I mean, I now there's this thing of you're a producer of beats. So, okay, yeah, you're a producer. You produce beats.
You didn't produce the song.
But you didn't produce songs. A record producer and a producer of beats is two different things.
Like Hitmaker. Hitmaker is
record producer.
Record producer. Yeah. He might not made all the beats, but I've seen him in the room say, sing it like that. Try the hook. Why don't we do this? Put the snare right there. He's not pressing the buttons, but He is the end all be all, and he's the person that everybody on the outside of the label leaning on, the management company, the artist, everybody's leaning on him. Nobody's saying to the actual beat maker in the room, "Are we done?" No, they saying to him, "Are we done?" Because he is the conductor.
He's the trusted resource. He's the trusted resource. With
he's
the
guy
budget,
you're paying.
everything.
I think that reminds me of like what Teron said before when I asked him about this before. He said it's the person that takes the song from the beginning to the end. And I really appreciate it.
It's the person that finishes the song. Because some people might not take it from the beginning. You might have gave me the beat. But if I found the artist, found the writer, or helped the artist write or brought it out of him and then finished the song, that's the producer.
Yeah. That's true.
That was the best way for me to digest it. One thing that we also talked about was artificial intelligence. So you said you could teach me a little bit more about this. So artificial intelligence is taking over the music industry. They're like monitoring what type of music we're listening to. They're trying to figure out how to make beats based off of what we actually like, but you could explain it a little bit more.
No, I mean, I've just been hearing about a lot of different sites as of late that kind of study top trending records and make a lot of suggestions based on that. It was a site that I just heard about the other day, though. It's like you can put in the BPM, what you want to talk about, and the key, and then it just spits lyrics out. Like,
yeah, and I heard it's some artificial AI that you can say I want to do an urban beat, X amount of BPMs with southern drums, and they'll give you a beat instantly.
So
I'm trying to guess what BPM means.
Beats per minute.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was trying to make sure I was right in my head.
Tempo.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be making up stuff and then I'm
beats per
wrong.
minute.
Okay.
So when you say, how do I feel as a producer, you know, the challenges or the problems, that's the kind of stuff I'm like, it's becoming a wild, wild west. Like it really is. However,
but it's always been.
And that's, I throw that in there. Yeah. As always, I'm sure when the MPC came out, Roger Lennon came out with the MPC back in the day. It was like, man, what's this? We used to live drums. Now we got this perfect sequence and time drums. Like, what's this? Or all this new software and technology comes out that stretches samples differently than what they used to do back in the day. It's always been technology involved. I mean, it's a great tool for some to use, but I think at the end of the day right now, going into 2023, it's going to be about your network and being a trusted resource at the end of the day.
And knowing your role.
And knowing your role.
If you don't know your role, you're going to lose in this world. I see most people losing because they don't know their role. They just want to do it all. Bro, do it all. That's fine, but know your role. I know my role. I know when it's time to put on my manager hat. I know when it's time to put on my A&R hat. I know when it's time to put on my friend hat. I know when it's time. I know my role.
My man said, "No, when it's time to put my friend hat on." I've been learning that lately.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, I might just give you some information as a friend, and it's like, I don't want nothing in return. That's my role. So knowing your role is important. Most people don't know their role. They just are lost out here trying to figure out life. And it's like, bro, learn your role. You'll be fine. Sometimes you don't know. Ask. What's expected? No one really comes and says, what's expected of me? Y'all, Street Symphony, I'm going to be co-producer. What's expected of me? Then let him tell you, like, this is what I need. But if you don't do that, you come to the room, you start doing shit he don't want you to do, he might not invite you back. You might be, does the shit outweigh the cat? Does the cat outweigh the shit? We have to think about that.
I heard it, man. What's expected?
You heard that statement? You ever heard that? You don't know what that statement is?
I haven't heard that particular.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story. I'm not going to say who, but a big artist was signed to a label, and he screamed at the CEO. Big artist, right? And when he screamed at the CEO dropped him instantly. Mind you, the guy just dropped the platinum album, dropped him instantly. And he said, you can't curse at me. You haven't made me enough money. He can curse at me. He's made me enough money. Here's the difference. The cat outweighs the shit. Every cat comes with some shit. Do you outweigh the shit? Because if you don't outweigh the shit, then you just bringing shit to the table and you got to go. So for me, it's like, know your role. Make sure you know your value and don't overplay your hand because you might lose. I've seen it happen so many times.
All the time.
I've seen so many people think that they're the end-all, be-all. Next thing you know, somebody in the seat. I can tell you when it happened to me. I remember we was having a meeting with Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy was like, we was trying to get Gwen Stefani on the song, and Jimmy was like, you guys should get on the record? Lady Gaga. And we was like, Lady Gaga? And he was like, Lady Gaga, she's going to be huge. We was like, man, we want Gwen. He's like, okay, guys, don't sleep on Gaga. And we was like, don't sleep on us. And we walked out the room giving each other, you fucking told him. 8 months later, Lady Gaga was the biggest artist in the world. So who was right?
Iovine.
Exactly. So sometimes you just got to know Sometimes listen to the man that's at the head because he knows more than you and he's trying to give you the information. I wouldn't wear that Celtics shirt today. He like, I'm a Celtics fan. I wouldn't wear that. Next thing you know, we going into a Laker pub and they're going to get your ass whipped. Now you're like, I tried to tell you, don't wear the Celtics shirt. He knows more than you. I listen to people that know more than me. If you know more than me, I'm shutting the fuck up and I want to listen. That's it.
Streets, I want to ask you this. How do you feel about the overall state of hip-hop and music and where it's going? Not just songwriting or producing, the overall.
I think this. So one of the things we look at every class, I make my students review the Billboard charts, the Hot 100, not Billboard 200, because I'm like, y'all got to know what's going on. And I literally remember 4 years ago, every week it was the top 10 songs with some hip hop, you know. And lately it's not been hip hop. Like, I mean, unless, of course, when Drake come out, you know, in Metro, but traditionally, week after week, it has not been hip-hop. It's been back to more like pop. So one of my concerns is just the overall just quality of songs and diversity. I think what Ray was saying a minute ago about everybody being the same type of artist. So that's one of the, I just think we just got a lot of artists and not enough diversity as a whole. Everybody's talking about the exact same thing. That's why it's kind of refreshing with some of the newer female artists that, you know what I'm saying, they're not talking about the same old thing. So, and you know the same old thing.
I know, but I just think that's so unfair because men have been talking about the same old thing
that's not
since
true.
the beginning of
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
Absolutely not.
That's not true. No.
Hip-hop is only 50. What JD told us the other day. Hip-hop is only 50. So
No. What I'm saying to you is, okay, so what I'm telling you is that after a certain point in time, I put it like this. Nelly didn't talk about selling drugs. Nelly didn't talk about getting rich or die trying. 50 Cent talked about that. Eminem talked about killing his mom. Nobody talked about that. No, I'm dead serious. Like, everybody, the male, first of all, as men, we feel like it's lame to say what he said. It's lame to wear what he did. Like, men don't walk up and be like, man, you got the same shirt as me. We're buds. Nah, hell no. Fuck, he got the same shirt as me. Man, keep him on that side of the club, man. I don't want nobody thinking this shit was on purpose. Women, and I think that women should take, hear me out. Should take more ownership of where the state of hip hop is. Because most men, only really do what they think women think are cool.
That is true.
And if women only wanted to date doctors, every man out here would be Dr. Ray and Dr. Street Symphony are here to talk. But
Facts.
women out here like, I want a nigga that carry a gun and want to shoot and gonna tell me shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. So guess what you think every rapper's gonna be?
Carrying a gun.
Unless he's a leader. And how many people are leaders in the world? Exactly. So men are what they think women want. And women are being what other women want to be. I got a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Sure. I got a question for you too. But
darn it.
Okay, so we talking, Puff just had a baby, right? I hate to talk about gossip, but I just want to say this because you're a woman. Puff just had a baby, and everybody was on the quest to see who the baby was. Nobody gave Puff a hard time. Everybody was out here dissing Young Miami. No, hear me out. I just want to know, why do women pick on other women and give men none of the onus?
Miami said it. She said, y'all bitches talking about what y'all wouldn't do. It's that y'all can't. Y'all
I didn't ask you that.
But anyway,
I didn't ask you what Miami said. I'm asking you, why do women give women
That's our culture. We have a habit of always just blaming a
judging
female
each other?
Instead of blaming a male. We know what we dealing with Diddy. Diddy had twins on Cassie. We watched this happen for forever.
So why is nobody saying
they just
Diddy
mad
stop?
because Miami's happy and she was sitting there acting, talking about Go Poppy and
So
all
you're
that.
basically saying that women don't want to see other women happy.
They want to see you doing good, not better than them. So it's like, oh, okay, you're happy. Okay, cool, we both happy. Oh, but you got a G-Wagon. Oh, now you're taking it too far. Oh, he giving you your own show and revolt. Oh, now you're taking it too far. Up, couldn't wait to throw a red flag in there. Up, you was doing all this happy last week, but he just had a baby on you. It's all just them trying to find a flaw in a painting.
But why not a flaw in his painting? Why hers?
That's
She didn't
the
make
culture.
the baby.
Black women
Because
are
in my
always
mind,
to
I'm only
blame.
asking because I felt like I was like, damn, why
Black women always
why they
to
tearing this
blame.
girl down? Because she's messing with this man. We obviously know who he is as a man. He's rich as fuck. He could do what he want. And usually when a man is rich as fuck, he can do what he want. He's gonna do it. And the women that put up with his shit are the women that he stay with. So why are we giving her a hard time?
She's true to her brand.
Okay,
so I don't see why they mad.
If Barack Obama had
a
another baby, would you be surprised?
I would be so
Shocked,
surprised.
right? Exactly, because that's not his brand.
I would
but
be
when Puff had
heartbroken,
another baby,
too.
it was like, okay, Puff had another baby.
Yeah, nobody,
it
it wasn't
bitch,
a thing.
you are done. It's like, damn, y'all, like, give a woman, like, I think women.
And she never said that was her man exclusively. She always said we're dating, we're open, and people still had heart attacks.
But listen, some women are not ready to stop and have a kid. She might be ready to give me a kid right now. You might be like, I got a career, I'm young, I don't want to have a kid again. I want to enjoy my career, go after my career. So he had a kid with someone else. It's over. Everybody got what they wanted. She got him. He got another baby. The girl. Everybody got what they want. I don't understand why we give each other such a hard time. Well, why women? Because men don't. If his woman cheated on him, I'm not gonna be like, you're so dumb. If he took her back, I'm like, damn, okay. I'm not gonna be tweeting, you dumb motherfucker, that's why you got cheated on, you stupid ass. I wouldn't do that. But women do that to each other all the time, and I just don't get it.
Women hard on each other.
If women was easy on each other, y'all would be so dangerous as a gender, whatever you identify as. But if y'all was easy on each other, y'all would really fuck this world up and own us, because men are dumb.
No, since we talking about this, we talking about it, and I cannot wait to hear your answer on this. I'm sorry, because then it gets into how little. Okay, so Glorilla said she doesn't mind going 50-50 with a man. How do you feel about women and men going 50-50?
I don't mind. I mean, it works for you. Listen, if you was my woman and you were making more money than me and you wanted to pay all the bills, I'll shut the fuck up.
Why did you? Okay, so
I will shut the fuck up gladly. Listen, can I go to Saks and get what I want and go to the jewelry store and get what I want? Yes. Shh. Hey y'all, I'm gonna be quiet. I don't mind. But my thing is this. But okay, so in all seriousness, as a man, I believe a man should pay for everything. I don't believe in 50-50. But I also don't believe that men and women are equal. I don't believe that. That doesn't mean one is more valuable than the other. That just means that we have different roles. You have kids. I don't. I can't, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, God made it where we both bring something different to the table. I embrace the roles that I have to play as a man. If me and you are out, and if me and you are in the house together, and somebody breaks in, you're not saying, stay here, babe, I'm going to get the gun. Right. You're saying, go, go.
You hiding under the bed. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But guess what? And as a man, I know that someone came in, that's my responsibility. Because men, that's our role. So that's why I think the most dangerous thing women are doing is asking to be equal. Now, asking to be respected, asking to be seen, that's way different. But asking to be my equal is basically saying, asking to do everything that you do. And for me, why the fuck would you want to? I don't understand it. So for me, I have always paid all the bills. I don't expect nothing from you if you're my woman. I don't expect you to pay for dates, nothing. But I also expect when I tell you, shut the fuck up, for you to shut the fuck up. Like I said, because if you was paying for everything and you told me shut the fuck up, I will gladly, I think I would be like this. I would actually, I'll give you the key. Give me the key back when I can talk. I'm dead serious. Because in my mind, if it's your shit, it's your rules. And I don't mind that. Because only I mind it if I think that you're against me or I'm against you.
Would you date a man that makes less than you?
Absolutely not. I just have a more traditional way of thinking. And
make them turn in tax forms?
I just wouldn't put myself in that situation.
What if he made more than you? But he had way more debt, so you actually still made more than him.
I wouldn't. That is a no for me as well. So I'm with Ray on the traditional stuff. So I don't think men and women are equal in those aspects. I do believe that if we do the same job, we should get equal pay. So
I agree with that. No, I believe that too.
That is what type of equality I would ask for.
But that has nothing to do with us being equal. That's
but I don't carry bags. I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I wish the fuck somebody would send me haircut money. Who the fuck you think I am? Fucking grown ass man. I need no haircut money from you. Fuck you think this is?
The men want to wear purses and they want random cash apps and they want to be the bad bitches now, and that's the problem with America.
Women want to be the real niggas.
Yes, you see, India, when you just said about people being, because India was in the house shooting that gun right with Dirk. So she was out there protecting too. So
that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
majority of women,
if that was me, I'd have hit under the bed.
Bottom line is this. We don't play by the same rules, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And my thing is, as I'm going to teach this to my daughter and my son, and don't try to go against it, because that's how the world is set up. I teach my son to look out for his little sister. I don't teach my daughter when you get older, you're going to have to take care of your brother. I teach my son, when you get older, you're going to have to take care of your sister. My sister, I take care of. I make sure my sister is comfortable. She lives in a house that I pay the mortgage on. Guess what? If her husband don't want to be around, he can go. But my sister walks around with confidence because she's like, my brother got me. And guess what? That is my job as a man. My mom is saying, my mom told her man, nigga, you can go too. My son pays everything. I don't need you. I don't need you. That's my point. As a man, I'm doing my job. And as a woman, you should do yours. Period. So that's the way I do believe in gender roles. I don't care how nobody feels about it. I think the more gender roles we break, the more confused this world's going to be. And we see more unhappy, more suicidal, more depressed people now than we ever seen in history. Why?
Black men.
Because everybody's confused. They don't know who they want to be, when they want to be. They don't know if they want to be a bad bitch or a working bitch. You can be both.
I'm like, hold on.
You can be both. You can be a bad bitch, working bitch that's also a taking care of bitch. You can be all of that.
Oh, I like that.
That's my point. You can be all of those things. You can. But as soon as I do some fuck shit, and you up in your tree, living your good life on your pedestal, and I do some fuck shit, everyone gonna be like, dumb bitch, you stupid bitch, that's fucked up.
You can't be bad to me if you ain't getting to no money or working.
Now you can be bad to me if you get, some bitches, some motherfuckers do some shit
Hold
out
on
here.
now.
There's some motherfuckers that do some shit that I'm like, you don't have to worry about nothing. You are good at certain things and you deserve everything you're asking for.
Bad bitch is a job.
It is. Some of I don't believe. You know how Symphony said that part, guys.
All right, wait,
I
hold
didn't
on.
say that one.
Before we get all the way, the way off track,
let's get back.
We are about to end the year, so I do want to have a conversation about what are the best songs that came out this year. Oh, now nobody got nothing to
Glorilla
say.
had both. Glorilla had two of them. Glorilla is incredible, by the way. She is better than all the new female rappers that came out in 2022. She has a better voice. She has a better attitude. Don't you love her?
I love her.
Who doesn't love her?
Like,
if you don't love her, you a hater.
Tweets, everything.
Everything about her you love.
Her best friend just got matching tats.
Everything
Love
about
it.
her you love. Glorilla to me, I think she made it hard for Sweetie. I'm going to say it. I think
she made it hard for a lot of female
No, but I
rappers.
believe that she made it hard for all of the other girls because she was just so likable. Like,
authenticity, raw, real, and the rest of the
that
girls
voice.
all look the same. I be looking sometimes like, dang, is that who? She look like her.
We want to see her win. And to me, she's the best new artist of 2022. The most talented artist in the world right now is Doja Cat. Nobody's better than her. Nobody. I'm good for nobody. I see everybody in the room making faces. Nobody's better than Doja Cat. Nobody. And guess what? First of all, Doja Cat is not even really likable.
Yeah, she's really weird.
She's not, I won't call her weird, but she's not the kind of, like, she does a lot of weird shit, right? She does a lot of weird shit. I wouldn't call her weird. She just does weird shit, like shaving the eyebrows off, shaving the hair off. That shit that's not attractive to most men, I would say. I could speak to that. But why is she one of the biggest artists in the world? Because she's that fucking good. Mm-hmm. And if she played the game like Glorilla, she'll be bigger than Drake. If she played the game the way Drake played the game, she'll be bigger than Drake. She's that talented. She is literally the most talented artist alive right now. She can sing. She can rap better than 99%. She can sing better than 95%. She has an amazing look, and she makes hits.
Mm-hmm. I agree. What about you, Streets? What you got for us? What's the biggest songs or the best songs to come out this year?
I'm in such my bubble. I definitely like Glorilla. She did her thing. I had to give it to her. I ain't gonna lie, but this SZA album's doing this thing for me too. I really am a fan of SZA, so we're gonna see.
All right, so
I'm ready to hear a whole album from Glow and see where she goes. But I love what she's doing. I love the 50-50 comment. Regardless,
everybody loves her. I'm telling you, I hope she wins Best New Artist at the Grammys.
She reminds me of like how everybody loved Cardi back in the day.
And she brings up her, she brings up her ratchet ass friend. Let's go! Yes. The whole world is gonna fucking lose their mind.
Oh, that would definitely be one for the culture.
Bruh, incredible.
So that goes right into who you looking forward to hearing next year.
I want to hear this Rihanna album.
I'm not looking forward to hearing anybody's new music. Honestly, I'm being honest. I don't anticipate new music. That's how you get disappointed. I'm just waiting for some good shit to come on that I hear, and I'm like, who's that? For me, I'm not looking, because when you look, you start giving people false titles. This the next big one, and it wasn't that good. You were just so excited to find one. So I don't really look for. I'm not looking for, like, if Jay-Z dropped an album, I'm excited. If Drake's dropped 2 already, but if 21 dropped an album, I'm excited. But I'm not like 2023. I'm not gonna lose my brain if they don't. I'm gonna be like, man, what the fuck? He might not be ready to drop an album. That's cool, but I don't look for anything, man. I don't have expectations of that shit. I just want people to be creative and make dope shit and think about the effect their music has on kids. That's what I want more than anything. Like, make dope shit, but don't rappers are like the new drug dealers now. You selling drugs to the community, and then on Christmas time you're giving out presents with the money you made on drug money. Bruh, you can't be out here rapping about killing people and then going to schools and talking about, I'm here to teach you how to read. That doesn't add up. It don't add up. And kids know it's not real. They're not hearing you say, go read. They're hearing you say, shot a nigga in his face. They don't hear that part.
Who's responsible for that though, right?
I'm saying, artists. I don't think artists understand the impact that their music has on kids. I just don't believe it. I just believe that if I was in a room with artists, I would be like, do you have to say bitch 8 times? Can we say trick? You know, like, because as a kid, you don't know what a trick is. You can think a trick is a trick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what a trick is. So I was like 20 years old. Like, I thought a trick was like a trick you played. Tricks were for kids. That's what they said on the commercials. So for me, I just feel like I want that. To me, I just want hip hop to take responsibility of the shit that we're tearing down. Personally, as a black man, I would love to see that, because I worked with Dr. Luke, and I remember we would make songs, and every time I made a song, he would challenge us on every derogatory lyric. He would say, why'd you gotta say shit right there? Why you can't say slick? Like, oh, you always talking shit. Why wouldn't you say always talking slick? Well, that could be the clean version. Yeah, but why would we have to make a clean version if you didn't think like that? So I watched him challenge every bar. You don't have to always say that. You don't have to always, when you use curse words and derogatory words, that's you being lazy and not challenging yourself. Maybe if more people thought like that and started writing, we would have better music.
That's what I was saying. Instead of the freestyle.
I'm tired of rappers selling poison in their music and then coming to schools and giving away fucking toys and fucking books and saying, look what I'm doing for the community. My nigga, that's like credit. You can have an 800 credit score your whole life, but you do one wrong thing, your credit gets diminished. So if you killed people, if you talked about selling drugs, I don't care if you at Walmart tomorrow giving toys away. That don't impress me. Just me personally. Like, especially as I'm getting older, it's like, that shit is lame as fuck actually to me. Like, I'd rather you sell drugs to the kids. No, that's dumb. Why would I? No, real talk, think about it. That's dumb. Why would I do that? So why would you sell it to them in music then?
I had a situation.
I'm sorry, I won't be the pastor out here, but I'm just saying, going into 2023, I just want people to be more creative with their approach to music, because music raised me. Dog, I became a successful black man because of Hove. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanted to be a successful black man, but I didn't know how.
Shout out to New York.
No, but I didn't know how.
Brooklyn.
When Jay-Z said, all I need is the love of my crew, the whole industry can hate me, I thug my way through, that shit was like, okay, I don't care what people think. I was raised by hip-hop. I was a child of Jay-Z. If you was a child of 3 6 Mafia, you probably was doing some wild, mind you, I love 3 6 too, but I didn't want to be like 3 6. I wanted to party with 3 6. To the club. But Jay-Z, I wanted to emulate. I wanted to be the get money nigga. And that's what motivated me to go out here and get to it. Period. And I say that on record every time. So if I know hip hop played a role on my life, I'm gonna go more words. I wanted to get chicks because of Too Short. I'm dead serious. Too Short made me want women. We all there's a cause and effect to everything we do. And all I'm saying is that if you don't have to say split his head or killed him or shot him in a wig, don't say it. Say something else. That's all I'm saying. That's my wish for 2023.
You were going to share something?
Yeah, I had a real life situation happen probably about 2 months ago, and I brought it to my class. But I had a girl I went to high school with. She reached out to me. She was like, my son's doing music, etc. And I was like, you know what, send me some songs, send me his EPK, send me a link. Let me see what he look like. Let me see what he got going on. So she sent and I know her. So she sent the pictures, and her son got the pistol. You know, he got the strap in his pocket, hanging off. I'm like, I'm not even finna get involved with this, being that I already know this. For one, it's not.
How old is he? About
17, 18.
right.
And I hit her, and I was like, man, I'm staying away from this whole situation. One, of course, I know it's not authentic because I know the moms. And she hit back, and she was like, he's really in private school. He just feels that this is what he has to do because it's what the industry requires.
Wow.
And that hit me.
Wow.
I said, damn, that's what we doing?
Hip hop needs to develop a conscience. We used to have a conscience when we started, but we need to develop one now. That's all I'm saying.
It's definitely a balance to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to get them opportunities to those dudes so they can get up out of that. But if you getting away from it, that's one thing. But if you just getting the money to go back in, like you were saying, getting the money.
But when you get away from it, you shouldn't talk about it no more.
Yeah, facts, because you should grow.
You should grow.
Right.
Though, Jay-Z 444 album is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Why?
he grew.
He was talking about getting money, making mistakes, getting credit. You can rap about dope shit. You can rap about real shit that's not violence and still be dope, but you gotta be dope. Yeah. And most of these dudes ain't perfecting their craft enough to be dope. They just doing what's working, getting paid, and then showing up for Thanksgiving to give turkeys out and for Christmas to give toys out, saying, look what I'm doing for my community. Nigga, look what you're doing when you ain't looking, though. Look what you're doing when you're not there.
I agree. I like that hip hop needs to grow conscious. I think that that's something we should all take a little bit more responsibility in. Before we get out of here, Streets, I gotta ask you one question. So, do you consider yourself a GOAT or underdog?
Man, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to say GOAT, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Ooh, I know that's right.
You can't be a GOAT unless you've done something that nobody else has ever done before. You know, a lot of times people just, something was hot or had a little moment, they be like, oh, he the GOAT, he the GOAT, he the GOAT. But if you really like accomplish something that nobody has ever accomplished before, at the end of the day, a couple of moments. I worked with some GOATs, but I took a Christian hip hop artist, man, and won Grammys.
That's crazy.
Top of the charts, independent, outselling major label artists. It wasn't like that until I got there. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. And then did it again. So, yeah. Today I'm gonna go ahead and pop my shit.
Yeah,
let's do it.
That's
the point of the show. Pop.
Normally
your
I'm
shit.
humble because I believe the humble don't fumble. But today we going.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with thinking highly of yourself and speaking that terms. Because guess what? Somebody out here is saying what you saying, and they getting the check from your credits.
Absolutely.
And that's what irritates me. Like, you're mad because he got credit for what you did. Well, why the fuck did you say you did it then? He said it. Okay, well then now don't get mad because he said it first. Simple as that.
All right, so thank you for sitting down with us. All you guys out there, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channels. You can find us on all streaming platforms. Make sure you're following Ray on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all those good things. See you guys next week.
Shout out to Street Symphony. Shout out to Tamira. Shout out to everybody that listened to this show. It means a lot. We stepped out by ourselves with the hopes that somebody would listen. And I get texts and messages all day from people that's listening. So it means a lot because we really thought we was talking to empty ears.